In the words of Santa, ho, 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 to all the little seekers joining us tonight. It is season 3, episode 10 of the A Travel Talk Show. Welcome to Canada's #1 talk show, according to a recent ranking on feedspot.com. You heard it right from the Travel Talk. We are #1 on that ranking system. I am your co host, Greg Gerard, and I'm ready to jingle all the way with you tonight. The A Travel Talk Show is a Canadian true north, strong and free live broadcast coming to you from our Cobro satellite, beaming down to you from Candy Cane Space Station, last spotted somewheres over Santa's workshop at the North Pole in Canada. Notice that, North Pole in Canada. Yes, Sweden, yet all you other northern nations, it's in Canada. So spread your Christmas cheer. Tell us where you're beaming in from in that chat room, which is right next door to the screen. Tonight, we are so fortunate to have sitting with us in our virtual studio with me, my co-host, the very own Canada Adventure Seeker, Lisa Muldoon. Welcome back, Lisa.
Thanks so much, Greg. It's great to be back and sharing some Ontario adventures. Before we get started on some of the festive adventures, though, I do want to recognize that I'm from Hamilton, Ontario, and this past month has been a busy one in Hamilton as we hosted the Grey Cup and sort of the festivities and the Grey Cup Festival leading up to that. So I just wanted to showcase this special edition Grey Cup jersey here from last month. I attended the Grey Cup Festival, and I know you maybe Hamilton is not your team, and of course Hamilton was not playing in the Grey Cup, but I won a contest and was gifted it through World Vision. So I thought I would give a shout out to them as they contacted me and let me know that I had won, and it's just kind of a neat way to celebrate some of the festivities in our city, in our hometown.
Yeah, and I think if my memory serves me right, because I do have that elf on the shelf memory thing. If you did share some photos on that in a photo gallery as well on your travel plot, didn't you?
I did. And you know what? I've been to a couple. We went to a Toronto Argonauts game earlier this season, and just we shared some of the festivities. There were lots of great things that happened in Hamilton where they put their Santa Claus parade with their Grey Cup Festival parade, and just had lots of great activities and had restaurants and stores and everybody involved. So it was really a whole city event, and schools and pep rallies and things like that. So it was good.
Excellent. So I'm just going to give a couple shout outs here. We thank you for joining us, Kathy Morgan from Michigan. I love that. Welcome to our neighbor. Rebecca Foster is also here.
Oh, yes, family. There we go.
There you go, yes. Rebecca. You're tagged now. We know who you are. Colin, my brother, whose family is also online with us. Welcome, my co-bro brother. Coralie from Newfoundland, a fellow adventure seeker, and Tim Ryder. Tim Ryder likes your jersey.
Yeah, perfect. Well, the good. Go. Someone does.
Way to go, Tim. You are preferred guest of honor. So again, Lisa, our first epic adventure we're going to chat about today, it's a little bit and a lot of holiday cheer. It's almost like we're sort of in Santa's village here with the historic brick buildings, the cobblestone streets. When this seasonal wonderland transformed Toronto's renowned Distillery District. Now, I remember going to the Distillery District, and in this particular, they sort of transferred it into like a homegrown winter village. So all I think we're missing on this part, and we'll fill it in, and I should have brought some eggnog, but Lisa, please tell us about this magical experience that you had.
Sure. Well, I had, as Greg said, I had the opportunity to visit the Distillery Winter Village at the Distillery Historic District in downtown Toronto, Ontario. It's sort of tucked between historic brick buildings and, as you said, cobblestone streets. And they turned the area into a magical winter village. It features restaurants and cafes and outdoor bars, as well as art galleries and sort of those one-of-a-kind shops with little vendor cabins with gifts and food and all sorts of things. This year, they featured some carol singers, some roaming elves, live music, a candy cane forest, and life-size greeting cards. and lots of holiday photo opportunities. So kind of
Good.
that neat little spot. And of course, I can't forget Santa was also there. He had certain hours that he came to visit. And I think it's best known for its majestic centerpiece Christmas tree in Trinity Square. And this is one sort of holiday outdoor market that you don't want to miss if you're in the area. And just for details, the Winter Village runs from December 17th to January 7th. And starting on December 18th, it's free entry during the day, but after 4 p.m., you need to purchase tickets ahead of time online.
Okay.
Now, another interesting fact, which you don't know this, we visited on my original visit was on a Saturday during the day to visit the Winter Village, but I enjoyed it so much that I actually returned last night to visit it again, and just to get a view of all the lights. It's a little bit busier due to the proximity of the Christmas season, but it was neat to experience it both in the day and the night. So it's kind of neat.
Good. I have one question before that we play this little clip that our roving reporter, Lisa Muldoon, shot. Are you a caroler?
Well, I have not caroled in a while. These people, I believe, are paid paid people at the. Not that I haven't caroled. I have caroled, but it's maybe been a bit.
But not professionally.
No. No.
Okay, so we're gonna play this clip there, Lisa, and maybe you can point out some of the highlights.
Sure. All right. Oh, they were giving out chocolates, lots of lights, even during the day, lots of spots to take photos, little walking areas, catching all of the pictures. There's some great warming spots because it does get kind of cold. Of course, I got crepes.
Yeah.
Pictures of it being made, but it was hard to decide because there's just so many great food options.
Yeah.
Lots of holiday decor. That's part of our candy cane forest there, and little vendor cabins, warming spots.
Oh, it's busy.
Well, this was during the day. There's our wandering elves or roaming elves. This was during the day, and at night it's even busier. Just different displays and lights and things. Lots of things to look at.
Okay.
And art galleries. During the day, the art gallery is open, so you have
look
a
at that.
chance.
That's the tree.
There's the big tree. Yeah. There we go.
That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. You know those green elves, eh? I could see some of the seekers wearing that and hanging out with them for sure.
Well, it's funny because they walk around and they dance around and try to, get people excited, and it's kind of neat. They just they go that extra mile to do some lots of things.
Is it an annual event?
It is. As far as I understand, I don't know how many years it's been going. I know I've been going for a number of years.
Yeah. And if it's and also is there, I guess there's time. Is it like 2 a.m. or 12 midnight, or does it shut down? Or
good question. Well, the businesses, so there are businesses that are in that area just all the time. And art galleries and things, and they shut down. I believe the hours were 9 p.m. On the weekends, things are open a little bit longer. Things don't open up until 10 a.m. typically, so it's a bit of a later start.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like a pretty good time. And you had your crew with you, I'm sure.
I did. Well, the first time I went with a couple of people, and then last night I went with someone different. So it varies every time. Taking lots of people, and I may go again. Sharing the joy with lots of people. So
yeah. And we're sort of gonna like double end this on this episode because we're going, as we all know, it's Christmas season. It's time to hug the people you love and the friends that you love, and make sure you do that. People, go out and hug those people. Make sure you get that in this year. But we have another bucket list item here, and again, we want to keep on the joyous and the festival and the positive feelings we feel here living in Canada and celebrating our holiday season. And this one's a Winter Festival of Lights. And I'm not necessarily going to tell you where it is, because let Lisa fill you in on that. But it has a special spot for me, especially, and for my bro, is because we are avid waterfallers. We seek them out. We love those waterfall hikes. And anytime you can go and see a waterfall in any season, it's an amazing feat. So I believe your bucket list is a winter wonderland waterfall. So maybe you can, instead of me teasing your audience, maybe you can fill us in.
Sure. Well, as you said, I know a number of adventure seekers have shared some of their waterfalling adventures, and
Hmm.
I also love hiking or biking to different waterfalls. The waterfall experience, this here is a little bit different than some other seekers, as this is a waterfall in an urban area.
Hmm.
If you are visiting Ontario, one of the things you may want to check off your bucket list is a visit to world famous Niagara Falls. Of course, and that's a pretty big waterfall. Or Horseshoe Falls in Canada is pretty big.
Yeah.
During 51 days during the holiday season, from November 18th all the way, I think, to January 7th, you can pair your fall visit with a visit to the Niagara Falls Winter Festival of Lights. And
Okay.
what that is it's a free outdoor light festival, and it's considered one of the most enchanting Niagara Falls attractions.
Hmm.
And so this route follows 8 kilometers and features 75 displays with over 3 million lights, and of course, just turning the whole area into a sparkling winter wonderland. Um,
Hmm.
Now they offer a number of loops and trails, and I was just looking. They have a hot chocolate loop, which is something that I may need to go back and try out.
That sounds like one for
There's
sure.
different kinds of chocolates and hot chocolates, and so that was kind of interesting. But there's also options almost to see all of the lights from the warmth of your car. I know that sometimes they do see, seniors have bus trips or things like that, which is kind of accessible to everyone, whichever way you want to experience the falls and the lights. Now, American and Canadian Horseshoe Falls come to life also, and they have this tribute with the natural beauty around us, and they illuminate them nightly for 5-minute shows on the hour. So they call it the Sparkling Winter Lights, and it runs at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and 8 o'clock.
Very cool.
And then they also, throughout the season, they're featuring 26 nights of fireworks on Fridays and Saturday nights.
Hmm. Hmm.
So just a big celebration throughout the area, and I should probably, as I was doing research on this, the Winter Festival of Lights is presented by the Niagara Falls Tourism Partnership in partnership with the province of Ontario Tourism, Niagara Parks Commission, and local business improvement areas. So those are kind of the people responsible. It's not just one group and organization; it's a bunch kind of coming together.
Hmm.
And also, it's said to be one of Canada's largest illumination festivals, and one that you don't want to miss. So,
Wow, wow. And I know you've been busy informing our travelers and locals about the wonderful destination, but your friend, I'm assuming, Brent Ferry, is this
okay,
somebody?
yeah.
And Brent has just busted you and said you sing all the time at campfires. I'll even prove it. There's his comment. So he just busted you. You are a singer.
Wow. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this.
Well,
Yeah.
let's sort of move on to the video and do a nice smooth transition after that one.
Sure.
Okay, so here is a nicely put together video by Canada adventure seeker Lisa Muldoon on her adventure at Niagara Falls.
Thanks. Lots
Look
of
at that.
lights everywhere, just walkways and sparkling and words and
Mm,
shapes and gingerbread houses. That's the American Falls and the Canadian Falls.
yeah, yeah.
Festive
Look
things,
at
but they
that,
also
eh?
have animals and Canadian animals, and featuring lots of different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
or beaver and
Look at it all. Eh? I
deer.
mean, that's the best part right there, where
Yeah,
they light up that waterfall behind it, eh?
it's really neat how they do that, and it's, I mean, it's always sort of illuminated at night, but just when they kind of do the special lights and effects, it
Mm-hmm.
adds a little bit to it
Have
as
you
well.
seen the falls when they actually freeze? Have you been there for that?
Ooh,
There's a couple photos
maybe.
online.
uh, I don't think I have, because I feel like every time I go down there and I'm walking by the falls, I'm always getting wet from the mist. So I'm not sure if I've
Yeah.
been
Yep.
there for, or maybe part of the frozen part. I'm not sure I've seen that. It's interesting when I've been to some of the museums in Niagara Falls, and when you see uh the museums show pictures of when like the whole thing freezes and people are out walking there.
Yeah.
It's crazy how even just guardrails are on the falls and things at the point.
Yeah. Yeah, and
How
there's
things have changed.
in the winter if it's not frozen, I don't know if you went on this, but they have their the boat tour at the bottom that takes you right up, and they mist you up in a rain jacket and they put you right up to the falls.
Yeah, that I think they used to call it the Maid of the Mist. I'm not sure if
That's
that's
it.
still the name.
Yeah.
But that's a really neat experience there. They've got a few things that I just need to go back and check, the journey behind the falls. And then there's a new power plant
Mm,
tour that's very new that is definitely on my list of I want to check that out as
yeah.
they're introducing new things. So
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah. It's amazing what the seasons do to each beautiful adventure. And I mean, people say, "Oh, I want to go live somewhere that's hot." I can't even imagine living somewhere with one season. I just can't.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big fan of our winters, and a lot of us are of our summers and winters. And that's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing. Niagara in the summer is one adventure, but then when you go in the winter, it's a whole different adventure.
It is. It really is. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So we're very lucky with that. So if you have a winter wonderland destination, I'm talking to you travelers out there and our viewers today. If you have them, post them in the chat, and let's see if maybe we can talk about it later, or we can maybe talk about it in a future episode, because your feedback is dictating a lot of what we want to talk about. And again, you can tell us a little bit about who you are. But Lisa, we will be catching up with you in the new year because we're all going
mhm.
into this festive season. Is there any big New Year's travel resolutions you have in store?
I'm not sure if it's a resolution, but as the winter snowy months approach, there are lots of adventures in store. But the one I am most looking forward to is I've got some snowboarding lined up. I've got some snowboarding destinations in Canada. Now, it won't be 65 consecutive days of riding like last year in British Columbia and Alberta, but I hope to get out as much as I can. And there will certainly be a trip to
Mm-hmm.
BC in there
Mm-hmm.
later on in the season. So I won't miss out on the West this year. So
Yeah, we were
yeah.
actually when we were in the virtual green room, Lisa and we were munching out on Nova Scotia lobster and some BC wine. We were talking about our snowboard equipment and some of the snowboarding destinations that we like and do. And that was an awesome discussion. It really got me motivated to get out there and hopefully hit some of our fave hills. But that would be a whole nother discussion between me and you if we went there. So
Oh,
we'll,
absolutely, absolutely. And I probably next month there will be some snowboard, well, at least local hills for me
mhm.
featured in the show, of course.
Exactly. And you can also catch Lisa, all her, and we put that link into the chat. You can meet Lisa online in her travel profile, which she'll have oodles and oodles of videos and photo galleries, and all her adventures are there. And you could follow her adventures. If she's going into snowboarding, well, then start checking in on Lisa, and she'll start helping you and educating you on some of the top snowboarding destinations in her neck of the woods. And as I hear, she's going to be coming to our neck of the woods. So we'll get to
Of
hear
course.
both sides of the story on that. Do one thing I'd like to ask all of you out there: if you're out there and you post videos or post photos on social, or if you attend events, you eat at Canadian restaurants, if you like to write, read, tell stories, sing around campfires, if yes to any of these, you can come celebrate Canada with this group of cool cats. They're called the Canadian Adventure Seeker Club. Now, it's a pretty easy way to register. Just you got to come in and take your adventures with us to a whole new level. By all means, come and join Lisa and others. And what I'm going to do to make it real simple is I'm going to put a link in there, but you can't click on it now because then you'll be leaving the show. All you can do right now is look at it, and then you can click it later in the show. So one of the things, if you want to follow Lisa, and I highly suggest it, Lisa is an amazing adventurer, and she's one of the all season lovers of adventures. So she will give you a good scope on what you can do and where you can go on that. If you want to see all the seekers and check in, and we have a lot all the way from Newfoundland all the way to BC. If you want to know more about Canada Adventures, and visit our website and the community chat. And on there, it's real time, real people doing real things. There's no corporate speak. We're not trying to slant anything. We're telling you what's happening right now. And all our adventures are very up to date. So by all means, check them all out. And we've got a wonderful group of people, very, very positive group of people. And I am proud to call them my friends. And I think it's very important. So thank you to you, the viewers, tuning in every week. You make this fun. You make this exciting. Let us know what you think. Did you enjoy the show? Compliment Lisa on her co-hosting abilities. You could tease that other goofy co-host, Go Ball Beans, because you got to remember this. Remember, we are what we explore. So join us next week, Wednesday, December 20th. It'll be our last show of the year before we take a break at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 6 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. And for our friends in Newfoundland, I'm sorry I didn't invent this time zone thing, but that would be 11:30 p.m. in your backyard. My co-host next week will be Alberta, Canada influencer, Andrea Horning. And Andrea will become bearing some facts, some tips, some bucket lists, and some hacks about travel and adventures in Alberta. So, Lisa, do you got any parting wise comments you'd like to leave us?
Well, I'm not sure it's very wise, but I'm just wishing everyone a safe and happy holiday season.
Excellent. And that's a ditto from us. So we'll see you again next week. And may the Maple Leaf be with you all. Peace out, Canada, and have a very merry holiday, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. And remember, hug the ones that you love. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.